Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the presentation of the colors by our Calaveras Color Guard and the singing of our national anthem by Jazz Etc. under the direction of Mrs. Nicole Markle. Please be seated. Good evening. Welcome to the celebration of the commencement to the Calaveras High School class of 2010. It has been my pleasure to serve as principal for this class as they complete high school. And I do have a few words for this particular group of students. But before I say those words to them, I would like to introduce a few people tonight. First, members of our Board of Trustees: Evan Garamendi, Zara McDaniel, Hank Nagel, Sherry Roosh, and John Uriman. Also attending tonight with us are Assistant Superintendent Michael Merrill and Superintendent Mark Campbell. In addition, our high school administrative team includes Mr. Tim Reno, Mrs. Connie Bealey, and Mrs. Lisa McIntyre. Finally, I would like to acknowledge a couple of transitions here at CHS. For her 7 years of outstanding service to the students and staff of Calaveras High School, I would like to thank Lisa McIntyre. We wish her the best as she takes the principalship at Toyon Middle School. Second, I would like to welcome Renee Malamed to the administrative team here at CHS. She'll be joining us as a teaching vice principal. Now for the class of 2010. Every class tends to develop a personality as a group. This class certainly has personality. They've given us a lot of joy, a bit of worry, and a lot of variety in our daily life. But we are proud of this group of students and pleased by their hard work and the obstacles they've overcome. We are heartened by the way they've cared for each other and the way they remain anchored as part of a larger community. We'll remember them not really as a group, but as individuals of accomplishment and potential. Class of 2010, I challenge you to hang on to that sense of community, and as you make your way in the world, teach others as you help teach us how important those connections are. Congratulations. Now, please welcome to the podium Calaveras Unified School District Superintendent, Mr. Mark Campbell.
Thank you, and welcome tonight. Thank you for coming, obviously, to celebrate the class of 2010 and all their accomplishments. We have 223 students here who have put in 13 solid years of hard work to get to this point, and obviously this doesn't get done without staff, without parents, friends, and family. But at the end of the day, at the end of the year, it really is the students and the work that they put forth that really spells whether they will be successful or not. But for us, as school district employees, our job, our daily mission is to make sure that we do everything we can to give them the skills, to equip them with the skills to succeed after high school. So how do we really know that we've accomplished that? We have 223 young adults who are ready to jump into their post-high school life. How do we know that we've been successful? So I went and I asked, I surveyed about 40% of the students. Got tremendous response, tremendous insights that helped me. It will help the staff to do a better job of creating a better program for kids, but also highlighted what a tremendous job our staff does already. We have so many compliments to the staff of Calaveras High School and to the staff of Calaveras Unified overall. It really warms my heart, and it reinforces that will and that resolve to continue to deliver a program to the kids. But two questions really stood out, two questions and two responses. Question one, what really excites you the most about life after high school? Almost universally, it was freedom, it was independence, make my own decisions, live my own life, I'm out of the house and I'm good. The second question was what scares you the most about life after high school? And the response, again, universal, consistent, and it was the exact same response as the previous question. Independence, freedom, living on my own, making my own decisions, scares the heck out of these guys. So we have this combination of excitement, we have this combination of fear, and that's natural. So my message to the class of 2010, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to have that fear. Use that fear, don't let the fear use you. And if you use that fear, it creates momentum, it creates energy, and that creates opportunity. On a daily basis, you're going to be scared. If you're not scared, you're not living. But again, if you succumb to that fear, my worry for this class, for anybody, is that you don't grow, you don't prosper. But I've watched these guys in action, and I know that right now they're feeling that excitement, and they're feeling that fear, and they also feel like they want to get out of here, but they're also scared about where they're going. My hope as superintendent is that we've done our job in equipping them with the skills, academic skills, social skills, life skills, to handle the daily fear in life. I truly believe they are equipped with that. So with that, I want to salute the class of 2010. I want to wish them good luck and good life. And I also want to thank them, because for as much as we have given them, they've given it right back to us, and they are just a much better place to be. So thank you.
At this time, I would like to call to the podium Mrs. Connie Bealey, Senior Class Assistant Principal, to help recognize our valedictorians. Valedictorians, as your name is called, please come to the stage. Blair Emily Baker. Courtney Heather Burchett. Eliza May C. Christensen. Manuel H. Crosby. Kareen S. Dornbush. Dennis James Dunnigan Jr. Jacob Edward Fisher. Sarah K. Stewart. Amy Jeanette Terry. And Beth Ann Vacareza. Ladies and gentlemen, the valedictorians of the class of 2010. Presenting the senior class council address tonight will be Lucas Youngblood, Haley Koolhoven, Amanda Hummel, and Camille Rios.
How's it going?
Okay, this is the guy in the gray suit in the middle.
Alright.
Like right.
In our 2000 to 2007 school year, we had to leave Toyon behind for our new place in Calaveras High School. But we weren't the only ones in a new home. We were the first class to attend CHS with Mr. Merrill as the principal after Mr. Campbell left to become the superintendent. Just like any freshman class, the new high school environment was threatening. The seniors were tightened, the school was a maze, and we were on the bottom of the food chain. This, however, was only in the beginning. So as the start of the year slipped away, so did the tension between the classes. When we had all found our places in the school, we started to really experience this new lifestyle with more freedom than ever before. It was a time in our lives where we started to understand how the world worked. Our eyes opened, our voices dropped, and we started to understand what it was like to become part of the real world. Teachers described the real world as being hard and unsympathetic. And soon enough, we saw real-world events happening around us. We witnessed Pluto have its planetary title stripped from it, and the loss of the crocodile hunter. Pluto and Steve Irwin were not the only losses which plagued freshmen. For many of us, there was a loss of innocence, the first time we dared to ditch a class or to sneak out at night. But all this was going on while Tiger Woods was still a golf hero, who had not lost his innocence yet. In the 2006 to 2007 year, freshman classes observed the release of the Apple iPhone, and test scores rocketed shortly afterwards. Minimum wage was boosted from $7.25 an hour to $7.50 an hour, which helped to pay for gas after it first broke $3 a gallon. Needless to say, we experienced a lot as freshmen, and it was a defining moment in many of our lives as we began the journey to adulthood.
Sophomores, we were finally not the lowest class on the totem pole. We weren't quite upperclassmen, but we didn't have to sit on the floor for the first rally of the year any longer. We got to actually sit in the stands to watch the new class of clueless freshmen arrive. We had no more threats of being trash canned or being picked on by the seniors. The year started off as fun as always, spirited and energetic, even though our pool was being constructed, which made it quite difficult for us to walk to class, and the legendary Kwanzaa hut that the seniors painted every year was being torn down. Homecoming was just around the corner, which gave us little time to construct our floats and paint our windows to support the football team. As soon as the big day came, the energy was high and red and gold colors were scattered all throughout the school. At the Uptown rally, we got to sit a little bit closer to the stage to find out that our chief was Mr. Ivan and our chiefess was Mrs. Bowler. Hearing the drum beat only made us more anxious. The night arrived and our Prince Kenton Arola and Princess Miranda Ellie were announced. The Redskins beat the Ripon Indians and once again walked away with a victory on homecoming night. Later that season, we beat Bret Hart to keep the bell the color it's supposed to be, red. Unfortunately, this was the last year for our longtime coach, Roger Canepa. It was also the last year for our principal, Mr. Mike Moore.
Coming back, you're still in graduation.
It was a busy schedule for us, having hard classes and many tests. We were all anxious and nervous to have to take the exit exam, which all sophomores have to take in order to graduate. Going into it, we thought it was going to be difficult, but the majority of us passed and were able to breathe again. By this time of the year, most of us were able to get our permits. We were now one step closer to driving. With all these events occurring during the year, no one had expected what was yet to come. Our fellow classmate, Jeremy Root, became ill and passed away. We lost a friend, a companion, and an all-in-all great person. This tragedy brought us all closer together and stronger than ever. He will forever be in our hearts. George W. Bush was finishing out his last year of his presidency, and our favorite restaurant, El Papagayo, reopened here in San Andreas. They have been our biggest supporters ever since, and they have amazing food. Finally, the year came to an end, and everyone was ready to move up and become upperclassmen. With summer over, we were back at Calaveras yet again for another year. We were 1 year older and that much closer to graduating. Now it was our turn to fill the lower parking lot with our first cars. As we started the beginning of our junior year, the world held its breath as Michael Phelps won 8 gold medals in the 2008 Beijing Olympics. The Bret Hart game came before we knew it, and we once again beat our rivals 35-24, and the bell stayed red one more year. We watched history happen when Barack Obama was elected as our 44th president, the first African American to do so. The Pittsburgh Steelers won the Super Bowl, and O.J. Simpson finally went to jail. In our little part of the world, we welcome Rick Stitt as our new principal. This year was the last year we were required to take the STAR testing, and that we were thankful for. Heartache hit us on March 1st when fellow classmate Sky Montgomery left us after an unfortunate car accident. That day we lost a beautiful person who was always full of life. During this hard and confusing time, we pulled through and comforted each other as a class, again bringing us closer than ever before. Spring started and we attended our first prom. We wore masks to celebrate the theme, the Masquerade of Monte Cristo, and danced the night away. It was a night full of memories. With the year drawing to an end, it was time to start planning our futures. This was a time for searching for the perfect college and studying for our SATs, because it wouldn't be long before high school was over for us. We voted for our senior class council that would take their positions in the following year, and one last time got our schedule request and picked out our classes for the next year. We said goodbye to the class of '09 and hello to summer. 7 weeks later, we would return to Calaveras High School for our last and final stage. And there it was, our senior year. Since we were freshmen, everyone has told us the next 4 years were going to flash before our eyes. And little did we know, it was true. Growing up in a small town, many of us have known each other our whole lives. Some of us were even potty trained together. And here we are, ready to graduate in our caps and gowns. As we sit here looking around at our classmates, we can't help but remember all the good times we had. Coming back from summer with our tan skin and our new attitudes, we were ready to make this year the best. And just like that, it was homecoming week. Our last homecoming. The last time we were dressed up like complete goobers and be complimented for it. The last time to build floats and pay our spirit windows.
our last uptown rally, and finally it was our time to be the drum. Overwhelmed with excitement for the big game, we finally took our seats in front of the stage. Trading his cowboy hat in for a crown, Jake Fisher was announced king. And with a little trivia questions, Mrs. Link and Mr. Upchurch were our chief and cheapest. Later that night, red and gold flooded the town as Cecily Vasquez was crowned homecoming queen. And the football team led us to victory against the Linden Lions, repeating history from our freshman year. With football season coming to an end, it was time for the biggest game of the year, Bret Hart. It was our senior football players' favorite time of the season because they got to learn a little jig from our senior cheerleaders and perform it in front of the school. And of course, it was the first and last time they would get to make a disgusting victory shake for Mr. Weatherby. Redskin Pride took the field, defeating the Bullfrogs, and the bell stayed red for yet another year. Winter sports soon began, and the Grateful Red was back in action. We were freshmen when the Grateful Red was created, and we kept the spirit in our gym. Our boys basketball team made it to playoffs, while our wrestling team had 2 seniors and 1 junior make it to state, while keeping the title as MLL champions. Coming back from winter break, it was our last semester of high school, and senioritis definitely kicked in. None of us wanting to come to school, but knowing the consequences of Saturday schools and lunchtime detention, we couldn't wait for those to be our last. With prom around the corner, we were all anxious realizing the year was almost over. Our last prom came and went, along with our senior trip to Great America. And now it's time to put our attention towards bigger things. Hearing back from colleges and trying to find jobs, many of us were saying that we aren't ready to grow up. Holding on to the past is something easy to do, but that's the thing, we can't hold on to the past anymore. It's time for us to get out onto the real world. Calaveras High School holds many of our memories of first, and with senior year ending, it holds all of our lasts. But here we are, deciding we're ready to grow up, with our ropes zipped and our caps on tight. We're saying goodbye, Calaveras. It's been fun.
To introduce our foreign exchange students, Associated Student Body Rally Representative Jenna Teal.
We would now like to take the time to recognize the 5 senior foreign exchange students that we were honored to have this year with us here at Calaveras High School. When I say your name, please stand at your seat so we can acknowledge you. Julia Ahrens, hosted by the Johansson family. Connie Liu, hosted by the Collins family. Javier Erda, hosted by the Padalano family. Emma Sa, hosted by the Stronz family. And Susan Zeck, hosted by Julie Range and Xavier Merlos. It was a pleasure to be able to spend the year with you and get to know you. We'll miss you a lot.
Our valedictorian speeches are given by our top 2 ranked seniors. It is my privilege to introduce tonight Elijah May C. Christensen and Dennis James Dunnigan, Jr.
So before I read what I have written, I promised a few shout outs to some friends. So to Beth Bacarezza, Amy Terry, Jessica Nichols, and Chelsea Teixeira. Now, I would like to start with my thank you. First, to all the teachers I've had here at Calaveras High School, but especially my sophomore and senior English teacher, Mrs. A.K. Smith. Thank you for not only being an amazing teacher, but a great friend. I'm so glad I got to know you better as a TA and through Facebook. I look forward to venting all my college problems on you in the future. Secondly, to Mrs. Tanner, our career counselor. You did so much more for me than you know and that you have to, and I am so appreciative. And finally, a thanks to Mrs. Angel, who taught me my passion for chemistry, which will be my most probable major. I would also like to thank all my friends, and they all know who they are. They have been with me through all my school years, and I thank them for all the fun times we've had. Finally, and most importantly, I have to say thanks to my parents, Thomas and Josephine Christensen, not just for life, but also for teaching me many valuable life lessons that I dare not forget. Without the influence of my mommy and daddy, I would not be speaking here today. So thank you. I would like to begin by quoting the great former President Ronald Reagan. We must act today in order to preserve tomorrow, and let there be no misunderstanding. We are going to begin to act beginning today. As we move on from Calaveras, it is important that we stand up for our beliefs, be it at school, in the workplace, and yes, even politically. It is easy to stand up as our values are shattered and feel the rage and pain, but it takes great courage to take action. We as Americans, living in the land of the free, should especially stand up for our ideals, since our rights are guaranteed through the First Amendment. If we are unhappy with the political, social, or economic events of this country, we must rise up and do something about it. It may seem like one person cannot make a difference, but throughout history, individuals have acted. For example, the founding of this country through a revolution with Britain. Britain did not just let go of the colonies. Instead, our founding fathers fought for their ideals and overthrew an oppressive and tyrannical government. Another example of the power of one is Mother Teresa in Calcutta, India. She stood up for the poor, fed them, clothed them, and even offered them shelter. She started her charity single-handed and quickly added sisters to help in the effort to ease the pains of poverty. Most recently, the Tea Party is another example, which was organized by one Massachusetts man who was fed up with the politics after the 2008 election. It has quickly spread throughout the U.S. My final example, and to me the most powerful, is Ben Gurion and the birth of Israel. Since Israel's founding, they have protected their beliefs and fought off attack after attack. Even when the whole world turns against them, including their greatest ally, they stay true to themselves and protect their beliefs. These are proofs of how one person acting can change the world. God gave us this voice for a reason. Use it. Thank you.
Can everyone hear me? Good evening, fellow Calaveras classmates, teachers, and administrators, and welcome to family and friends who have joined us for this memorable occasion. I will begin by addressing the members of the audience. All of you here tonight have supported us, helped us, and tolerated us along our journey through high school. I speak for my whole class when I say thank you. None of us would be here today in front of you without your wisdom, patience, acceptance, intelligence, and sense of humor. I would personally like to thank my parents, Dennis and Judy Dunnigan, for their unwavering support, love, dedication, and wisdom. I would not be where I am today without them. I would now like to address my fellow 2010 classmates seated behind me. We have come a long way since we entered this campus as freshmen. Over the last 4 years, we have learned so much, from how to calculate the radius of a circle, to how to conjugate a verb, from how to neutralize an acid, to who conquered the Aztecs. But in the grander scheme of life, what have we really learned? What lessons, beliefs, and values will we remember years from now but stem from our memories of high school. The answer to this question will be different for every one of you, my classmates, but for me, I can testify to an important lesson that I have learned these last 4 years, and that is that each one of us is unique, and that we should embrace what makes us different, rather than isolating ourselves within a group of similar individuals. In high school, and especially in high school, our differences can drastically set us apart. Our graduating class of 2010 represents multiple races, religions, ages, levels of talent, and intelligence. However, a closer observation reveals that if we look past these differences, we are still diverse in additional ways. Some of us are athletes, some are musicians, some are future farmers of America, some write for the school newspaper, and some work part-time jobs. In high school, it is very common for us to share trust and develop friendships within a select group of similar students. Next year, we will not be in high school anymore, and we can learn to welcome the diversity of people we meet as we travel through our adult lives. High schoolers often try to blend in, but now is the time for us to be proud of our differences. As we graduate, I hope we can all learn to appreciate our diversity as a combination of personal characteristics, beliefs, and experiences that can enrich our lives. I implore you, class of 2010, to accept your future neighbors, friends, coworkers, and fellow citizens for who they are, while embracing everything that makes you an individual. Life would be boring if we were all the same person. Instead, let us lower our personal barriers and let all kinds of people into our lives. We have grown extremely close during these last 4 years, despite and because of our many differences, and have many achievements to show for our hard work in several areas. Now let us take a look at some of the diverse accomplishments of our Calaveras graduating class of 2010. We represent at least 13 communities, 9 ethnicities, and 6 countries. At least 30 of us are musicians. We have had photos, art, poetry, and a magazine published locally and nationally. 6 of us are Eagle Scouts. We have taken a total of over 100 advanced placement tests for college credit. As athletes, we have claimed league championship titles in swimming, track and field, softball, wrestling, and basketball. We've also defeated Bret Hart by keeping the bell these last 4 years, as well as winning the Minors Cup for the first time this year. Ten of us were state qualifiers in our sports. Ten of us are graduating with above a 4.0 GPA. Next year, 10 of us will serve our country in the Army, the Navy, or the Marines. And finally, 83% of us will attend college next year. "46 of us at 4-year universities. At the end of the day, all 223 of us share key similarities despite our differences. 100% of us see the good in everyday life and often go out of our way to help those in need. We laugh often and respect others and ourselves. We speak the truth and belong to something greater than our individual selves. We accept each other's varied backgrounds and unique characteristics. But most of all, as a Calaveras graduating class of 2010, we share our energy for life and our Redskin spirit and pride.
I'd like to leave you with the hope that every one of us looks back on our years at Calaveras High School and remember that our experiences over the last 4 years have shaped us into the awesome young adults we are today. I wish for all of the 2010 Calaveras High graduates a bright and hopeful future. Thank you very much.
To confer the diplomas on our graduates tonight, we have members of our Board of Trustees, Mrs. Sherry Roosh and Mr. Hank Nagel. Reading the names of our graduates are Mrs. Lorraine Angel, Mrs. Denise Gustafson, Mrs. Mickey Kepp, and Mrs. A.K. Smith.
Why don't you help me on that?
Tyler Gerard Babineau. Chelsea Emma Pacheco. Blair Emily Baker. Joshua Daniel Benet. Jennifer Ray Barber. Cecily Christine Vasquez. Adam M. Bassett. Ashley Ann Bentz. Jessica Lee Berdichowski. Colton Becker Bird. Hannah Diane Bingley. Faye T. Blazinski. Rachel Ann Boitano. Chance Edward Bolton. Christopher Lewis Graben. Christopher William Broderick. Stephanie Marie Berkshire. Nicholas Brown. Tyler Michael Brown. Aaron Bullock. Courtney Heather Burchett. Brett Alexander Burton. Jessica Leanne Bird. Kieran Calavan. Sean Richard Calavan. April Racine Camargo. Corey Joseph Carr. Celeste Nicole Castro. Mikey Castro. Melissa Cerna. Daniela Cervantes. Ashley Kathleen Chase. Rachel Renee Chavez. Eliza Mary Steve Christensen. Arthur J. Clark. Emily Jean Cook. Josh Karangle. Danielle Louise Sticknell. Manuel A. Garza. Shelby Ann Sum. Spencer Lee Cummings. Megan Ray Dean. Melanie Violet DeMarco. Jacob David DeSouza. Tyler Charles E. Dillon. Dylan Joseph Dix.
Go Dildo!
Dawn Thornburg. Kelsey Nicole Dugan.
Dylan!
Ashley Denise Dunn. Dennis James Duncan Jr. Alyssa Kelly Duran. Miranda Ann Owens. Travis Logan Emerson. Scott L. Ennis. Esmeralda Espinoza. Tara Ann Everett. Jessica Michelle Faulkner. Mark W. Seaver. Rocky Lynn Fortini. Jacob Edward Fisher. Justin Lee Fisher. Rebecca Lee Fisher. Taylor Ann Fitzsimmons. Gregoria Flores. Raquel Flores. Cody Ford. Aaron Warren Garrett. Carl Nicholas Gassner. Garrett
Hit the
E.
tabletop!
Dolman. Rebecca Erin Gilbert.
Joshua David Hall. Ryan Alexander Hall. Garrett C. Gelman. Rebecca Aaron Gilbert. Aaron Burke Gilbert. Jacob W. Justo. Brandy Raquel Glenn. Tessa Victoria Gonzalez. Cassandra Sordo. Misty Ann Gossett. Stephanie Ellen Grover. Brandon L. Guthrie. Carl Leland Hall II. Joshua David Hall. Robert J. Hall. Ryan Alexander Hall. Jacob Thomas Ham. Kimberly Ann Hamilton. Stacy Ortega Hamilton. Maria Hatfield. Stephen Alexander Hernandez. Nicole J. Heck. Kevin T. Hill.
Elizabeth Jean McMaster. Miranda Michelle Mead. Bronson Michael Menendez. Kirsty Leanne Moniz.
Flash him!
He's not even looking for me.
He just took a flower from another girl.
Brett Anthony Moore.
So, just grab your ass.
Megan Taylor Moore.
Taking the shower.
Mitchell James Moyer. Captain Ken.
You see the fireworks? No.
Jessica Sandra Nichols. Trevor Austin Oakley. Kimberly Orvita. Carly Noel Cannon. Brandon Joseph Hart. Jace Richard Catalano. Matthew A. Pekarsik. Nicole J. Helke. Perez. Calvin Morris Perry. Krista Joyce Reeder. Tyler Reed Ryder. Camille Nicole Solis Rios. Gabriela Rios. Garrett Warren Robinson. Amanda G. Rogo. Roberto Romero. TJ Romero. Michael J. Rasta. Justin Wayne Rudd. James Rutherford. Megan Schaefer. Jessica Ray Schradermilk. Martin William Stroven. Trevor E. Sievers. Craig E. Stively. Sheridan Bloom Shortmiller. Joshua J. Fedora. Christian Brian Smith. Zachary David Smith. Priscilla Amber Souza. Brittany Lynn Stevens.
Yeah, look, everyone else.
Marie Stevens. Sarah K. Stewart. Brendan Kyle Sullivan. William R. Taylor. Jenna Amanda Teal.
I'll give him the hug.
Terry.
I will. Okay. Oh my God. Don't fuck up the snakes.
Ray Savage.
Students, please stand. I hereby certify that each of these students has met their course of study requirements as provided for by the State of California and the Calaveras Unified Board of Trustees. Seniors, please move your tassel from the right to the left.